What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be going over the 49ers' last game of the season against the Seattle Seahawks. All 49ers fans know not a fun game to watch, but it is interesting looking at some of the problems that the 49ers had and from a quarterback's perspective, what Brock Purdy maybe could have done better and what he did good in that game. All right, so the first play right here, pretty simple play. Let me pull up the annotation. Okay, so what the 49ers are doing here is it's a simple high-low read on the corner on the field side. So you have two receivers. One is going to run a 10-yard out, and then the inside receiver is going to run like a 20-yard out or a corner. Backside, you're just going to have a clear out post. Christian McCaffrey check down, use check down, right? So from a quarterback's perspective, it should be three steps, or it's actually play action. So play action, get to the top of your drop, and you're going to be reading 21. If he looks like he's going to drop under this corner route, you're going to throw the out route to Ricky Pearsall. If he's staying on Ricky Pearsall, you're probably going to have that deep out route to the tight end. All right, so let's watch it and see what may have gone wrong. So Brock Purdy, play action fake, gets to the top of his drop, and his eyes for some reason are on the Jawan Jennings side, the single receiver side. And I don't really understand this because Jawan Jennings with the safety over there is probably going to be getting double teamed, which is what is happening. And then on the other side, it's 2-on-2. So you have a safety against a tight end, and you have a corner on a receiver. If you want to just get straight to the check down, I guess you can do that, but you're not going to probably win a lot of games, especially as an underdog with a check down as your first read. But it is Christian McCaffrey, so I understand. But what I would like to see from Brock Purdy here is get to your third step, or once you finish your drop, and his eyes should be on this corner right now, but they're not. They're down the middle of the field. And as we can see, let me move my camera. As we can see, they're still down the middle of the field. And if he had his eyes in the right spot watching Witherspoon, he could see, boom, he's running to cover this out route and Ricky Pearsall is going to be wide open. He could throw the ball right now, which he should be, and Ricky Pearsall should be able to get like 15 yards just off an easy wide open pitch and catch, right? So as we can see, Pearsall pretty much wide open for NFL standards. The out route's probably going to be taken away. He's got a guy over the top and underneath. But Purdy is running from the pressure. He has used check as a check down. Jennings would be kind of a tough throw. Or Christian McCaffrey kind of open. But I would have liked to see Brock Purdy already have the ball out at this point because if Ricky Pearsall's already passed the numbers running an out route, it's a little late to throw this ball. But Brock Purdy tries to throw anyway, and he gets, I mean, we all can see that, right? He gets demolished. All right. So now we have another angle of the same play, but we could watch Brock Purdy's feet here. So play action fake right here. He steps to the right and then goes back to the middle. That completely throws his timing off. He should be ready to throw on his third step. And Brock Purdy's a great quarterback, don't get me wrong, but I have seen him try to scramble more than he needs to. I think maybe Mac Jones might make that play right there. Even though Brock Purdy, I still think is a better quarterback than Mac Jones. Let me be clear. But let's go back to the last clip again. Oh, damn. But let's go back. And then once right here, when he gets to the top of his drop, is there pressure on him? A little bit. Pooney is getting walked back, but he still has 3 yards. If his feet are set up, he can make the throw to Ricky Pearsall, but they're not set up. Oh, they are set up, but they're set up down the middle of the field. Then he slides to the right, which I understand if you're trying to throw to the left, slide to the right, buy a little space, and then slide back up to the left. I've seen that done before, but he just overdoes it a little bit. And that extra step, part of this is on the guard, I'm not going to lie. But I do think if he's just set up to throw on time, even at this point, the ball is late to get to Ricky Pearsall. So maybe Kyle Shanahan wants him to throw it like this. I doubt it. I don't think you really throw a 10-yard out off like a double reset off a play action, but maybe that's how the 49ers want to do it. Here we have Jawan Jennings running a 5-yard out, Ricky Pearsall running a fade. Super simple read. You just read number 21, the corner and the outside. If he drives the out, throw the fade. If he stays deep on the fade, throw the out. Right here, he stays deep on the fade. And Jawan Jennings is against a linebacker, and he already has good leverage. Doesn't really need to do this like shake at the top of the route. He could have just speed turned it, would have been probably easier. Maybe that's why Brock Purdy threw it a little behind him. Maybe that's how he's supposed to run the route. But either way, ball's a little behind Jennings. Probably turned a play that should have gone for 10 or 11 yards into a 3-yard gain. Now you're in third and long, and you have to make a big play. But Purdy, I like the feet here. Catch, settle, throw. Good feet, just got to get it out in front of him so your receiver can catch and run instead of bobbling the ball. Now we got third down. It's going to be an interesting dagger concept. Great. I want to say it's a great play call from Kyle Shanahan, but there's two receivers in the same spot. So I don't know if that's Shanahan's fault or if one of the receivers ran the wrong route. But you're going to have just a little sit route from Ricky Pierce all over the middle. Demarcus Robinson's going to run a clear out. And then Jawan Jennings, I'm guessing, is supposed to run an out route, maybe, probably an out route, another like high low, because you have Christian McCaffrey running like the dig dagger concept right here. And McCaffrey's kind of open. I mean, obviously, Purdy's already running for his life, but you should never have two receivers standing right next to each other in the middle of the field. There's no way that that is the concept. I like a dig with a spot route in front of it. That's fine. It's a little high low in the middle, but you shouldn't have like a dig from Jennings and a dig from McCaffrey running into each other. Somebody did something wrong, but good play from Purdy getting out of the pocket, making something happen. And if you're a tight end here, it's a good tight end teach tape. If you're running out, you see your quarterback scramble, go upfield and then come back. I forgot the name of the drill, but there's a lot of teams that practice running upfield and then turning around. That's what you should do when you're quarterback scrambling if you are tight end. And if you're a quarterback, try to teach your receivers to do that. Now, from Purdy's perspective, three-step drop. I like the feet here. Three-step, looking at Ricky Pearsall. If he puts it on the outside shoulder, maybe he picks up the first down, but I'm fine with waiting. Pump fakes. Does McCaffrey clear? He might. We don't know. Honestly, could Purdy sit in this pocket and try to rip it to McCaffrey? Maybe. But I'm not mad at him for trying to escape the pocket. And then a good throw on the sideline. Make something out of nothing here. So after that, the rest of the drive is pretty much just run, run, run. Yeah, four runs in a row, pretty much. And 49ers get stopped on fourth down. I think the Seahawks go down to score after that, and then pretty much the game's over after that. But that's it for today's video. Hopefully, you guys learned something from the start of the game, breaking down the first drive. Let me know if you want to see the rest of the game. But I thought it was pretty interesting seeing how, even though the I think Brock Purdy doesn't really get any credit for the loss. It's mostly on everybody else. I think it's not easy for him, but it could be done. I think some quarterbacks might have been able to make some of those throws and get the ball out on time. Even Mac Jones, I think, makes some of those plays that Brock Purdy couldn't. But that third down play, I don't know if Mac Jones is making it. So this is a give and a take with both of them. I think Brock Purdy's a great quarterback, but some of these plays I think he could have made. And of course, having guys not run into each other on third and long would also make it a lot easier. But if you guys want to see the rest of the game, let me know.